What is your current job? Who do you work for, and how long have you been at your current career?
My name is Joy Malek, Oldfield. I'm a judge at the Summit County Common Pleas Court. I have been a judge at that court for 5 years, and I was a judge before that at the Akron Municipal Court for 5 years. So I have been a judge for 10 years now.
What experiences or specific people helped you decide what you want to do for a career?
Yeah, I was a lawyer for about 10 years before I became a judge. In order to be a judge, you have to be a lawyer for at least 6 years. And I was a courtroom lawyer, so I tried cases in front of juries, in front of judges, and really enjoyed it. And it was something that I felt I knew what people wanted in a judge because I was in front of so many judges all the time. And so I worked with a couple judges I knew who helped me decide whether I wanted to take that path and go into public service. Being a judge is part of public service because you have to run for office.
Share something you need to know about this job that you didn't learn in school.
Well, that's great, because in school, they teach you all about the law and the cases and the things you need to rely on, but they don't teach you the people skills. Probably the biggest thing I need for my job is to be able to listen to people, to take a minute, be patient, let them tell me what's going on in their life, and pay attention to what they're saying so that I can give the good solution that's helpful for everybody involved. And I think that that is not really something that you necessarily learn in school.
What do you find most rewarding about your career? What keeps you coming back every day?
I think probably the most rewarding thing is seeing somebody who's in trouble turn their life around. And I see it all the time. People think of the court system as this place where you go and you get in trouble. And although there are consequences, really a lot of times those consequences are things that can help you turn your life around. And so I love seeing that. So from the human perspective, I think that's probably one of my favorite things. Seeing somebody kick their addiction, start working at a job they care about. A lot of times they can get their record sealed, and so it's not even on the record anymore. And they've truly started over, but they've also become a better person because they've learned from that mistake. The other thing I think I love, not as much just because of the human element, but it's rewarding, is seeing a really complicated case that I helped somebody resolve, a business dispute or person to person, and I helped them work it out so they didn't have to have a trial, because I think that skill, that conflict resolution, is important.
What characteristics or personality traits would you use to describe people who are successful in your career?
I think that to be most successful as a judge, you need to be extremely patient. You need to have good listening skills, good communication skills, because you're often trying to let people know what's going to happen to them. And I think you need to be very hardworking. It would be great if you also just had some kind of, God-given intelligence. But I think if you're very hardworking, you can learn the law that you need to learn. But you have to also be able to communicate that to other people. And I would say, and I said it already, but patience is probably the most important.
If you could ever give your middle school self some advice, what would it be?
I would probably say two things. Number one is be kind to others, because you just don't know what somebody's going through in their life. And I see it in court all the time. And I just think to myself, wow, I'm really glad that I didn't yell at you and wasn't disrespectful to you, because you have had a tough day. The other thing I would say is, stay strong. It gets better after middle school. Middle school's tough. And most of the time, you'll see that the things that are going on in middle school, you're not even going to remember. You're going to go on to do much different and better things. So just sort of stay the course.